Welcome to Vysh IAS. So we'll be continuing with the PLUMS series of polity, governance and schemes today. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing this channel so that you will be getting daily free updates on UPSC. And if you're looking for a good quality test series, then you can contact the number which is given on the screen 7200681675. So let's move on to the first question. So first question reads, how many statements are correct? And the question is regarding Indian president. So the first statement reads, there is no direct election for the Indian president. Yes, this statement is correct because for Indian president we are having indirect elections. Okay, indirect elections. So this is a correct statement. Second, he can also be re-elected and there is no cap on his re-election. Yes, this is also correct. Then he cannot be a member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. If he has been a member of either of the house, he should vacate the seat on his first day as the president in the office. Even this is a correct statement. In the Lakshmikant, it is given that for the qualification under the president, he or she should not be an MP, LS or RS. Okay, so he or she should not be a Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha MP, but should have the qualification to become an MP. Okay, so that is the point. Should have the qualification to become an MP, but he or she himself should not be an MP. That is the condition. So this statement is an interpretation of this condition. So even this statement is correct. So the answer comes out to be all three. Now come to the next question. How many statements are correct? There are 8 types of urban local governments in India. So the question revolves around the fact local self-government. So I have I'm again telling this local self-government. This topic is very important from the UPSC perspective. Okay, you will get some quality questions from this area, and many candidates they will neglect this portion. Okay, so even if you see the first statement, many of the candidates they may not be knowing if the statement is correct or not. Okay, so this is a gray area. Okay, so please learn this topic very diligently, because if you are getting a correct answer from this topic, then you are placing yourself above the other candidates. Okay, so this is a gray area and people will be neglecting. So what you have to do, you should not neglect and you should score high in this area. Okay, so here the statement is correct. So today's homework for you will be, you have to check for the 8 types. Okay, you have to do a check which are the 8 types of urban local governments in India. So there are certain names for this urban local governments. So there are 8 types. You have to search for those 8 types and make a list and learn that. Okay, then at the central level, the subject of urban local government is dealt by the following 3 ministries. Again, you have to go by logic. First is Ministry of Urban Development. Yes, logically it should be there, must be correct. Ministry of Defense. Yes, it's also correct. Ministry of Home Affairs, this is also correct. So this factor is also important. Ministry of Urban Development, you can logically deduce. Okay, but Ministry of Defense and Home Affairs, you will get a confusion. So it is wise for you to by heart this. So from this portion you will get these kind of questions. Okay, frequently you will be getting these kind of questions and you will get confused. So please learn this portion very effectively. So here second statement is also correct. Both these 3 ministries, they're involved in the subject local government in case of urban areas. Okay, so in the central level these 3 ministries are involved. So second is correct. Then 74th amendment, again amendment based questions are important. So 74th Amendment Act pertaining to urban local government was passed during the regime of P.V. Narasimha Rao government in 1992. So whenever you see these milestones in polity, okay, polity, economics or something like that, if something important is happening, like if I have to give an example, 1990s we had the LPG reforms. So what you can do is, in this time parallelly what was happening economically, okay, you know LPG reforms came in 1990s. So parallelly what was the political condition in India, what was the condition existing at the global level, then what was existing economically, culturally, etc. Okay, so whenever there is an important year, you have to connect the things parallelly. Okay, economically this was happening, politically this was happening, culturally this was happening, and at the global level this was happening. So you'll get a holistic picture. Okay, so if you get that picture, it will be useful in mains also, and these kind of questions also you can get a grip. Okay, like Indira Gandhi era, I'll be always telling the 42nd Amendment Act and Indira Gandhi era. So These are all politically connected. You have to search for the things which are happening politically and in the ground. Okay, so during the reign of Indira Gandhi only 42nd Amendment Act came in. So you'll get to know what are all the important happenings which happened there. Okay, what are all the important political situations pertaining in the country. Okay, so please go by this logic. So if you know that during the period of 1992 there was a government, so this PV Narasimha Rao government, you can get a idea. Okay, so please go through this world history also to get a glimpse of important ministers and all. Okay, so this statement is also correct. So all three are correct. Now come to the next question. Next is fundamental rights are. Okay, so you have to choose the correct statement. Sacrosanct or permanent? No, they are not sacrosanct and permanent. Okay, then parliament can curtail or repeal them, but only by a constitutional amendment act. Yes, this is the correct statement. Then even though this is correct, you will be looking at the third and fourth. Rights are not absolute and not qualified. No, this is not correct. It is not absolute, but they are qualified. Okay, it is given not qualified, they are qualified. Okay, so this statement is incorrect. The rights are absolute and qualified. No, they are not absolute. Okay, so in these kind of questions, it's a word play. Okay, word play. So the question will be simple, but the probability of getting a wrong option is high, because you will not get that word play, especially during the pressurized situation in the exam hall. Okay, so during that pressure, you will not be able to handle that pressure and reach at the correct answer by eliminating or by handling this wordplay. Okay, so you have to pay special attention to these kind of questions. All that you can do is you have to put yourself in a pressurized condition like mock text and all, and you have to do that question over there. When you're seeing a video, it will be easy because you're not under pressure. So, but you have to solve these questions in a pressurized environment and check whether you are able to handle that pressure. Okay, then come to the next question. So here the correct answer comes out to be B. Now come to the next question. Which of the following statements about DPSP are correct? They are the instrument of instructions which are enumerated in the Government of India Act 1935. Yes, these acts are important. Okay, whatever important acts like 1909, 1919, 1935. Okay, some acts are there which is related to the evolution of our constitution, and all these acts are having important features also. All that are important, and you have to by heart that. Okay, by heart or logically you can learn through a timeline approach also. Make a timeline approach or a progressive approach. Like during 1909 there were few rights given, then 1919 came in, more rights were given, 1935 more developments were made. So you can follow that approach also, or the timeline approach will also do. Okay, so as per your convenience you can learn. If you are good at by hearting, you can make mnemonics and learn. If you are good at conceptual clarity, then you can see through the view of constitution. Like 1909 we are having a very basic constitutional features. After that some more features were added, after that some more features were added. So like that also you can learn. So this is correct. Then not legally enforceable by the courts for their violation. Yes, they are not legally enforceable. That is DPSP. Which are legally enforceable? FR. Okay, fundamental rights are legally enforceable, but DPSPs are not. Okay, are not legally enforceable. So here the correct answer comes out to be C, both 1 and 2. Then next question. Adjournment motion allowed only in Rajya Sabha? No, it is allowed only in Lok Sabha. A censure motion is moved by the opposition party members in the House to strongly disapprove. Is censuring. Censuring means what? Strongly disapproving. Okay, like we have heard censures in case of films. So it is like word derivation only. From the word itself you can get the meanings. Okay, so strongly disapproving any policy of the government, it can moved only in Lok Sabha. Yes, in these parliamentary devices, okay, parliamentary devices, most of the time Lok Sabha will be having an upper hand with respect to Rajya Sabha. Please make this point and please note this in your mind. Okay, then next is both houses of the parliament have equal powers as far as amending the constitution is concerned. Yes, this is a correct statement. Okay, in the matter of amending the constitution, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are having equal powers. Okay, so 2 and 3 are the correct statement, 1 is wrong. So the correct answer comes out to be 2 and 3, option number B. That's the end of today's session. So we'll meet in the next week in the next episode. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.